Hello, this is Devin from Keeping My Kinders Busy, and in this video I'm going to quickly show you how I use the Read and Write Like a Rockstar curriculum to teach my October guided reading centers. So let's get started. So I wanted to give you guys just a little bit of information about the structure of my reading groups before I get into how I use the Read and Write Like a Rockstar curriculum. I always start each reading group with a warm-up. My warm-up is based off of the SIPS routines, and if you want to know more about SIPS, they have great training videos on YouTube. But in my warm-up, I do phonemic awareness, letter sounds, and sight words. So I want to quickly show you guys what that looks like. I use this little sound card, and these are erasers from the dollar spot, and they're just velcroed onto here so I can change them out with the seasons. We start with blending and segmenting. So it looks like this. I would do about, I don't know, like 3 or 4 words of blending and 3 or 4 words of segmenting for my warm-up. I would go like this. Ob, your turn. And they would say cob. And that's blending. And then for segmenting, I would say web, sound web, web. And then I move on to, after I do a couple of those, we move on to letter sounds. And when we do letter sounds, I hold my finger underneath the letter for as long as I want them to make the sound. So it goes like this. And if it's a stop sound, I tap it quickly. So I would say B. And then I move on to sight word cards, and we spell read. So it looks like this. C, S-E-E-C. Once we've warmed up, which usually takes about 3 to 5 minutes, depending on the level of the group. If the group has a lot of sounds they're practicing, their warm-up is going to be a little bit longer. So once we've warmed up, I get right into the Read and Write Like a Rockstar curriculum. On Monday and Tuesday, I use this page. And on Monday, when I introduce this page, we focus mainly on the words and not so much on the comprehension. Tuesday, we spend more time on the comprehension. And when I introduce it, we do I read, we read, you read. So it looks like this. I see the witch. Your turn. Or we read. I see the witch. And then they read. We do each one of the sentences in that way, nice and slow, so that they're really learning the sight words as they're going. If your kids are just like, I see the witch, you know how they do that, we really slow down. At this time of the year, it's really fun to use one of those witch fingers or use your magic reading finger and tell them that we can't read unless our finger is touching the words. So really, really focusing on touching the words. If somebody on the group doesn't, then I'm like, oh, I didn't see everyone's reading fingers. Let's go back and try again. And we keep reading until they've pointed to all of the words. After we read it together really slowly, then I have them read it to a partner, still reminding them to touch the words as they read. On Tuesday, we read it again all together, just a little faster this time, just choral read it together. And we focus on the comprehension question at the bottom. And then to further the comprehension, I ask them to make up their own sentences using the sentence frame and ideas that go with the theme. So that really shows that they're understanding the concepts of the assignment. On Wednesday, we do this page where we draw a picture, trace the sentence, and then match the words. While they're doing this, because this is a very independent activity, I pull the kids one-on-one and take the sound cards, and I do a quick assessment every single week of the sound cards that they know. So I would test a kid, and let's say they didn't know this they didn't know B, I'd put it in a pile and I'd go to the next kid and I would test them. And let's say they didn't know V and A. I put that in the pile until I've gone through everybody in the group, and I only take the cards that they don't know, and those are the ones that I use in the warm-up. So this pile is a group of all of the sounds that at least one student in the group didn't know. And then we practice those for the week, and then I retest every Wednesday. And those are the cards that I use during my warm-up. If you have a very fast group and you need more, I sometimes copy this on the back, and it's kind of nice. It's blank down here. So where they cut this out, it doesn't affect the usability of this if it's double-sided, which is super nice. They can rewrite the sentence that's on this page, or they can write some of those sentences that we made up. So they could do their own sentences using the sentence frame. Then on Thursday and Friday, we use the little reader, and it has the same words in it. So they build confidence. And so on Thursday, we just read through the book, and then I have them trace the words. And then on Friday, we read through the book and they color the pictures, and then it goes home to show their family what a great reader they've become. So that's how I run my centers. The kids love it. I love having a routine and structure. It makes the day go by so much quicker. And if you want any more information about how I run the centers or the warm-up, please leave me a message below and I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great day and happy reading.